Well, today is all about the oils, Mark, isn't it?
It is.
The good oils.
The good oils. We've got a lot of discussion out there about krill oil and flaxseed oil and fish oil and which one is best and which one should I take and when should I start it. I think probably the first thing to talk about is the things called essential fatty acids.
Okay.
Now, if you hear anything essential, so you've got essential amino acids and essential fatty acids and so on, these are things that we don't make. So
Right.
these are things that we need for our life, but we don't necessarily make them. A lot of people probably don't realise, but fish don't actually make the omega-3 oils themselves. They actually consume algae, and the
Right.
algae has manufactured the omega-3, and then as a result of that accumulation, the fish consume that. So of course, the larger the fish you eat, the more of these oils that are going to be in the flesh. There's a few problems though, because one, oils go rancid, and just like, you know, if you leave the butter out on the bench in the sun, it's going to go off. The same thing goes with the oils. The second thing too is that New Zealand waters are naturally high in things like mercury. So people that say, oh, I eat fish every day, I'm not so sure that's necessarily a good health choice for every day. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat fish at all, because it is important, but if you're looking at giving good amounts of omega-3 oils in your diet, then you really do need to supplement.
Right.
Now, I have an expression: you can either pay more and swallow less, or you can pay less and swallow more, because that's really what it comes down to. So you can buy a budget, like that big fish oil there in the middle, okay? You can buy those for around $20, $25 for a big tub of 200 and something capsules, but you probably have to swallow between 3, 4, maybe 5, and if that's a 3,000 milligram there, so you only need 3 of those, but a lot of the really cheap ones on the market, they're 1,000 milligrams. You have to swallow 8 to 10 of those a day to get the equivalent of what 3 capsules might be.
God, it's a lot, isn't it?
Plus, if you were to bite into one of those capsules, the taste of the fish oil would be quite unpleasant. But on the other hand, the Nordic Naturals, which are sort of all sitting around that big one, you're paying anywhere between about $50 and $60 for a bottle of 60, but you only need to swallow 2 a day.
Right. Okay, so false economy, this whole bigger is better sort of thing.
Yeah, although at the end of the day, if you can only afford $20 a month instead of $60 a month, but you're happy to swallow 10 capsules, then that's fine.
Right.
Now, there's a discussion about krill oil being so much better than fish oil. Really, the data on that is more about the antioxidants in there and not so much about the omega-3. And in fact, the FDA have told a couple of krill manufacturers in the States now to stop saying krill's so much better than fish oil. So what I do is I actually take both. So I have a triple strength krill oil there, and I take one of those, and then I'll just take 2 or 3 of my high strength fish oils,
Right.
rather than having to take maybe 4 or 5 of my high strength fish oils.
Okay.
And it depends on what you want to use them for. If you just want your skin and hair to look lovely, you probably only need about 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams of fish oil capsules. But if you're doing something like me, who I've got degeneration of the hips, you want to use that with your pain relief, you're needing about 8,000 milligrams of fish oil. And there's 2 forms, there's DHA and EPA. DHA is pronounced duh. And
That's easy to remember.
Easy to remember, so that's your brain.
Right.
And then your EPA, that's your anti-inflammatory one, so that's for your heart health and cholesterol. There's discussion about flaxseed oil for vegans. That's great if you want to use flaxseed oil, but a lot of people don't convert flaxseed oil in the liver to the active form, so that can be a bit tricky.
Okay.
And in terms of when should you start, well, actually you should start before you're ever born. So anyone
Right.
who's planning a pregnancy or didn't plan a pregnancy and it's happened, get onto your fish oil straight away. Keep them in the fridge because they're in oil and stops them getting rancid. If you ever want to check the freshness of them, stick them in the freezer, leave them overnight and look at if there's any cloudiness in the morning, throw them out, get a fresh batch.
Oh, wow, that's a great tip then. And on Monday, you have some more great tips for us too. Thanks so much, Mark, joining us. And I believe there'll be a bit of hay fever and things like that.
Awesome.
We'll be talking about. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road in Hornby, phone 0508 Stay Well. Make sure you check out their website, staywell.co.nz.